Guys, I did it. I got the Master Ball tier right after I finished the team. So all of this team already has the Muck, the Rank Master ribbon, Smeargle, Rank Master, Oran Guru, Rank Master, Flamigo, Rank Master. Oh, what's that? Lugia, Rank Master. Calyrex, the Rank Master. Let's go. So, if you guys don't know how to breed this muck, the Alolan muck, it was a pain in my ass. So basically, you have to have a Kanto male muck, and you have to figure out what nature that you want. So in this case, I needed Impish, so I had to breed the Ditto with the Alolan muck without the Everstone, because the Everstone always keeps a hold of the female and will breed on the female. So I needed the muck with the power of alchemy, so that way I can get its hidden ability onto the female. So Kanto muck, Kanto male muck, and female Alolan muck. Okay, both have to have Everstones, so that way the Kanto muck can pass the nature, the female can pass the ability, and that way you always result in Impish, power of alchemy, muck. All right, you got it, get it, good. Boom. So now I want to go over everything that I've changed on this team. Now there are quite a little bit of things that I changed, and I'm glad that I did, because the battle that I had was crazy. I really wish I would have recorded it, but I didn't, but I do got the clips. Okay, so starting off with the Alolan muck. So basically, I changed the leftovers to Clear Amulet, and I'm glad that I did, because Clear Amulet prevents other Pokemon from lowering the holder's stat changes. So basically, they can't lower my evasion, they can't lower my defense, my special defense, my attack, and my special attack, or my speed. Basically, the speed and special attack don't matter. The speed kind of matters in this case, because of Flamigo, it gets weird, and also Lugia, it gets weird. Like I said, it gets weird. So basically, we kept the Terra type to Terra Ghost. Power of Alchemy copies the ability of an ally that faints. So in this case, Smeargle. So we have Protect to see what they're doing, and that way, if they have things like Rillaboom, I can protect, get their grassy terrain, and just keep healing off theirs. And busted, by the way, because they really can't do nothing. Now we have 236 hit points. That gives us 210. We have 8 in the attack. Basically, the attack doesn't matter. Now I have 76 in the special defense, so that way I can be 130. We have 188 Impish Nature, so that way we can also be at 130. That way we cover for our defenses very well. Attack doesn't matter, because if we get attack, we're boosting, but that's not the star of the show. It helps, but what really helps is the poison thing. Now I'm really glad that I did not go poison jab, just for the simple fact that poison jab is a higher base power, but it has 30% chance to poison the target. That's okay, but we're trying to utilize this team, right? So we go with Poison Fang. Has 50 base power plus same type attack bonus, and 50% chance to badly poison the target. So basically, it's like Sneasler with the Dire Claw. It will eventually get a badly poison on a target. Now, when it comes to Steel type Pokemon, that doesn't really matter. Basically, we just want to set up and let Calyrex, Lugia, or Flamigo win. So that's pretty much how it's going down. Okay, got it, get it good. So now we have Smeargle. The only thing that I changed on the Smeargle was the Terra type. So basically, I put Focus Sash because if Holder's hit point is full, will survive an attack that would KO it with 1 hit point. So basically, with the stats, all you ever need is max hit points, max speed. Because if you try to do like something weird like 52 into like 150 hit points, the rest in defense, you're not utilizing Smeargle very well. Okay, Smeargle is supposed to go down. Smeargle will go down, but if you play Smeargle right, it can survive a lot of things. So basically, to utilize the Muck and Smeargle in this strategy, if they have a physical Pokemon, you can Baneful Bunker, so that way if they make contact, they can get poison. Or if they Electric Drift, Draining Kiss, there are some certain special moves that do work like contact moves. Okay, so basically we have Moody Smeargle, which also is very good because if we get +2 to our speed, then we have a fast Spore. We have a fast, basically a fast Spore because it's not going to do anything else. Follow Me, priority. Wire Guard, priority. Baneful Bunker, priority. The only one that's not priority is Spore. But the reason why I changed Terra to Grass type is because Grass type Pokemon become immune to Spore and other powder based moves. So no Rage Powder, nothing like that. Very good on the Smeargle. It's going to go very greatly with this team. Now the Oranguru, it's the same. Now, Citrus Berry, so that way we can survive a hit, and that way we can always get Psych Up. Very good on Oranguru. Very, very good on this Pokemon. So, if they try to fake out the Oranguru, well, they can't because I'm immune to Intimidate and I cannot be made to flinch, which goes good. So technically we get, so let's just go over here. We're going to move it to here. So it goes very well with the Muck and the Oranguru. So basically after Smeargle goes down, we cannot be intimidated. We cannot be made to flinch. We Terra Ghost on the Muck. Nothing. They can't do nothing to me. Like they can't fake out me. And since I also have Clear Amulet, I'm also immune to Intimidate. Very, very busted. Very busted team. I'm telling you, this team is very busted. So let's move this back. We have Protect, obviously, so that way they can't hit us. And if they also have Rillaboom, you can take as much of their grassy terrain effect as possible. Because on this team, you want to keep your health. On this team, you just want to keep as much health as possible without getting damaged. We have Psych Up. So basically, we can Trick Room. If we take a hit, we live it. Psych Up. Boom. Citrus Berry. Good. And we have Instruct. Basically, Instruct the Poison Fang. Instruct the Stockpile. Instruct the Minimize. You can't instruct the Protect. That's not how that works. It'd be goated if you could get like 2 Protects, but that's not how that works. Anyway, I went with Terra Dragon because I do believe that Terra Dragon is very good on Psychic type Pokemon. And if you don't believe me, let's just go and ask this Indeedee male. Oh, look at that. Psychic, normal, Dragon type, Master Ball tier. Very goated. I'm telling you. Now, the reason why we go Terra Dragon is because we have 3 resistances to things like Grass type, Water type, Fire type. Those are 3 Pokemon that can't really hit us. And then everything else is either neutral or resisted. You only have 2 super effectives, which are Dragon types, Ice types, I forgot, Ice types, and Fairy types. So you have 3, my bad, I forgot. And then, yeah. Now, do you need to Terra Dragon in front of a Cali Ice? No. Do you need Do you need a Terra Dragon into a Kali Shadow? No, because you're a normal type. Very simple. Very simple Pokemon. Do you need to Terra Dragon in front of Urshifu, or not Urshifu, Incineroar? Yes. Yes, you do. But not always. Because if we get the Trigger Room up, if we get the Psych up, then they have a chance to miss their knockoff. And just because we're bulky, we're going to get our Citrus Berry off, and knockoff is going to do less damage. So that's also another reason why I went with Citrus Berry. I do apologize if this video is very rambly. I have to explain this entire team. So, let's see. Flamigo, very standard. Jolly Nature, 252 attack, 252 speed. Very tanky. I never went over the Oranguru, but in case you guys want to know, 244 hit points, 205 defense, bold nature, 60 special defense, so that way we can have 196 hit points, 138 defense, 138 special defense. Basically just as tanky as the Muck in some sort of situations. So we have close combat, big damage, wide guard, also protects any one of these Pokemon in case Smeargle goes down. And if Smeargle does go down, we also have a backup wide guard. I don't like it when it's not in the correct order. We have Third Trap, so that way if there's a Kali Ice, we can just always close combat it, or we can Third Trap it, we go Terra Dark, boom. Like I said, wide guard, protect, super simple, super easy. We get that boost damage on that Throat Trap. So if they try to use sound-based moves like Psychic Noise, something like that, they can't. Boom. We can always heal if we need to. If we get the speed boost into the Alola Muck, then Flamigo can come in, Lugia can come in, and then we can just boom. Now I do have that secret sauce on that Lugia, so that's why I put it last. Life Orb, so that way we can do huge amounts of damage. This thing, arguably one of my favorite Pokemon this generation. I ain't gonna lie, it does a lot of damage. It gets Wide Guard, it gets Feint, it gets Tailwind, Endeavor. You can use this Pokemon for basically any shenanigans that you want. Very, very busted. And it does survive hits. Without any investment to it. Alright, so Terra Fire, Calyrex, very simple, very standard. Except some people use Leech Seed, they use freaking high horsepower. But that's fine. Because I'm not really worried about anything. I'm really not worried about anything. Because if one of these Pokemon, depending on who I use, oh yeah, CoStar copies the stat changes of our allies. So max evasion, max defense, max special defense, max attack, whatever is on our Alola Muck. I forgot to say that. Alright, back to the Glacier. So I did change the leftovers and whatever on the Calyrex Shadow or the Ice Rider. So that way I can always heal. I can always heal this and they can do less damage. I have Protect. Basically, you need Protect on everything. Also, my Flamigo has Detect, not Protect. Let's see. You gain back a lot of health. Boom, Terra Fire. I went with 196 hit points, so that way I can cover more of the defenses. and that way I don't really need attack, because if I have attack into the Alolan, I can always psych up, or I can get chilling nay, get the +1 to my attack, or I can body press because I got stockpile. Okay. Now, if my defense gets lowered, that's going to be very bad for me, but it shouldn't do anything. Now, Terrifier is just in case they try to go for any burn type shenanigans like Will-O-Wisp, or basically for the Will-O-Wisp. I don't want my body press damage to be halved. Basically, body press damage goes based off your defense stats, yes, but it also is weird because if you get burned, your attack stat is half, which makes body press do half, if that makes sense. Very weird. So I have Psych Up, so basically you go Alolan, Smeargle, Oranguru, Cali Ice. That's basically how it goes, so that way you can always underspeed, Trick Room, bada bing, bada boom. Glacial Lance, double hitting move, very busted. Body Press uses defense stat as attack and damage calculation. Now, I was thinking about going to the Leech Seed route, but I figured if I want to speed up the game, I can just body press, which makes it very easy. The only thing that I do see not working out is if they go Terra Ghost next, Terra Ghost Shadow Rider into Wide Guard Zamazenta. That's the only thing that I would have to worry about. And same thing with Lunala. Like if they go Wide Guard, then I can't Glacial Lance. If they go if they stay in their ghost form, then I can't body press. But that's basically all I have to worry about. But that's also why we have the Flamigo. Now let me get to the sauce real quick. The sauce, the goat. So we have Covert Cloak. Holder is not affected by the secondary effect of another Pokemon's attack, which means we don't get faked out, which is very good. Muck can't get faked out because it's ghost type. Smeargle can't get faked out because of Baneful Bunker. Oranguru can't get faked out because of Inner Focus. Lugia can't get faked out because of Covert Cloaked. I mean, it can get faked out, but it won't affect it, basically. So, that's very good. It's very good for us. Now, I did change that Calm Mind to a Charge Me. Now, the reason why is because if I have my special defense up, I don't see us ever needing to Calm Mind. And if they do taunt me or Encore Lock me, I can always go with the Charge Beam. I hate it when it does this. Dude. Okay, so basically we have Covert Cloak, so that way we can't get faked out or anything like that. We have Multi-Scale. If this Pokemon is at full hit points, damage taken from attack stat is half. So basically, we don't have Protect on this, but we do have Recover. So basically, we just Psych Up, we get the Recover, we get our Evasion up, bada bing, bada boom. Now, Aeroblast, high critical hit ratio, very good move, okay? So, Zamazenta is probably the only thing that I am worried about on this team, or for this team. But, not too worried, because if we always take out the Zamazenta on a body press, then we completely get rid of Wide Guard. So that's less things that I have to worry about. Aeroblast is high critical hit ratio. Now, the sauce. Max hit points, max special attack, modest nature. Basically, this thing is already bulky enough. You don't need defense, especially if you're going psych up. And they can't do a lot of things to you if you get max evasion. So basically, we just max special attack, modest nature. It's 213 hit points, 156 special attack. Terra Electric, so that way we can cover for any Miraidons that think that we're going to go Terra Fairy, which is very busted. We cover for our flying weakness. We get rid of our Ghost and Dark weakness. And we get boosted damage to Charge Beam. Yes, it has a 90% accuracy, 50 base power, but 70% chance to raise the user's special attack by 1, which is very good for simply trying to boost your special attack without getting taunted or encore locked. Now, I was thinking maybe we could go max speed. Ooh, hiccup. Max speed. I just like the bulkiness of going 213. I mean, maybe we could just like go all the way to 200 and get 144 in that speed. Maybe even take 1 point off and go 145. I was thinking that, but I don't really think it's necessary. So that's basically the Lugia. So basically, the battle was canceled because he couldn't do nothing to me. Alright, so this is the lead. So I had Alolan Muck, Smeargle, right? Very standard, very easy to come across. They had Incineroar and Terapagos. So what I did was I used Follow Me. Or no, first turn, I double protected. I Baneful Bunkered, I protect on the Muck. Because if they wanted to fake out the Muck, they couldn't. If they faked out the Smeargle to try to break my Focus Sash, they get poisoned. And that's basically what I did. This turn, I kind of wanted to see if he had any speed investments, so I went for Spore. So that way, he couldn't set up Calm Mind. He only got 1 Calm Mind up. And he has... It's the standard set, which is Calm Mind, Protect, Terra Starstorm, and Earth Power. So, basically, we have Muck or Ngurus. So, we successfully got rid of Smeargle. And then, what I did was I instructed the Poison Fang onto the Terapagos after it woke up. And basically, I got the poison off. The 50% badly poison worked like a charm because he could not get over the leftovers. He had the standard leftover set. Very, like, it's a good team, I ain't gonna lie, but it just got destroyed by my team. Okay? Now, eventually, we got the Trick Room up, we got the Psych up, and we got the Instruct. So, look at my stacks. Plus 4 attack, plus 2 defense, plus 2 special defense, plus 1 speed. That doesn't matter. We're in Trick Room. Max evasion. I got all my stats, and I eventually just psyched up. So look at the, let's look at the Orangurus. So, plus 2 attack, plus 1 defense, plus 1 special defense, plus 2 speed, max evasion. So basically, we got max evasion off on both Pokemons. Now, I was just trying to set up my stockpile. So, he has Rillaboom, which gives us our health. It ended, but basically what we did was we instructed so that way we could take out the Rillaboom. But as you see, Rillaboom already went down. So basically, in this interaction, what it would have done was take out the Rillaboom, and then we did the other poison thing to Terapagos. Now, he switched back into his Ensign. I got my final stockpile, so now we're at +3, max evasion, max attack, and then whatever else I had, I don't really remember. Terrastar Storm, Oranguru protected. Look how much damage this does. We got our final stockpile up. So basically, we went from, let's see, hold on, let's see. We went from 200 to 160. That did 40 damage with a Calm Mind. That only did 40 damage to our Muck. Because we already taken damage. So that did 40 damage. 40 whole damage to Muck. And then eventually the poison took out the Terapagos. He had the Urshifu. Basically, I poison fanged, and then I got rid of his Urshifu. So yeah. Now, with that being said, like, comment, subscribe, share the video with a friend, link in the description down below for all my socials. It's your boy BellyDrum. Peace.